2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Cowboys and the Chargers, next on Madden Football.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Godd and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway in Southern California. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings him out.
And not only was it great to see Dak Prescott make his return in 2021, it's even better to see him playing the best ball of his career. He didn't lead Dallas to just a division title and its best record in 6 years. Dallas also led the league in yards and points, the first time it has led in both since 1971.
Prescott looks to throw right away. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Here comes Carter. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He is also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Prescott to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the 50, here's Herbert. Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Spiller. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On second down, Eckler. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
They go back to the ground with Spiller. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Up the middle with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Wide open receiver complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. Touchdown! Eric Ebron from 6 yards away. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott sliding out of the pocket. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Washington. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. On the return, Carter. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. On second down and 4. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Throwing again on second down. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On the give, this is Eckler. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple. From the 22, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott now. He'll get this to Elliott. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. That's caught. It's James Washington. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ryan Knoll taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys are back within a score. And they just powered it in right there, Charles. 3 tight ends out on the field, the fullbacks for the defense. They knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force. But on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. The Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll buy some time right. He's got it. It's Spiller. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Short little throw to Ebron. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A handoff, it's Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 51 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And out now come the Cowboys.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback here. Right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember Coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On first down, it's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. To the air again, Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On second and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Herbert now. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any...
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. It's Williams on the catch.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Herbert. Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, Herbert throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Second down and goal. Herbert. Touchdown! Eric Ebron, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers continue to pull away here this first half. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan of how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that?
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
You and I have talked about adjustments so many times during games. Remember, it's really series to series, but coming out after the half, that's a big opportunity, a big time to come out and make one of those plays that can change a game.
Yeah, first play of the third quarter. So offensively, you think of adjustments, but right defensively, maybe you're playing a hunch. You have an adjustment to make.
Yeah, I think sometimes they have that special in there that, hey, they've run this type of play all in the first half. If you see it, go get it.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception, interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that two-point attempt.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Coming off the pick six, it's Daniel.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. He threw the pick six a moment ago, and that his second of the ball game, unfortunately. So a few demons probably running through his head now as he starts on 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception. Daniel. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Daniel.
That one complete to Joe Reed.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Daniel on first down.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Once again, Daniel.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. But a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Daniel. And complete. Spiller out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Daniel on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. To the air again, Daniel.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Pass interference. Defense.
So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's French. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They go play action with Daniel. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the 1st down.
Daniel throwing again. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers use the short field to get in for 6. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Dowdle going to take this one out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Rush. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Rush's pass complete to Tony Pollard. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rush
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw Rush. Connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rush.
He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 36. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. throwing here. Rush. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a give here to Pollard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Rush. And that is incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
They run behind center with Spiller.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Daniel looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Terrell Basham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel.
Drops it underneath to Spiller.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Chris Rumph coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Shotgun snap for Daniel. He's got it. It's Spiller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They fake the give. Daniel. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they're they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Here's Rush to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Rush. That's complete to his tight end Sprinkle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rush hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Chris Rumph, his second sack of the night. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. They could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this is on target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Deshaun Wright, and the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Rush.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Rush. And he fires one, but incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got it complete to Tolbert.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 35 on second down. Rush. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. Rush.
And that'll be caught by Fehoko.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay.
That's a 40-yard attempt from the left hash.
Garibay's kick is good,
and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Daniel. And incomplete on the deep ball. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniel.
Open man is Reed. He's got it.
Brings up 3rd down.
Daniel on 3rd down. That's going to be complete to his tight end Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Daniel throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Daniel.
He'll get that complete to Reed.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, it's Daniel.
That's caught right side by Palmer. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
To Josh Palmer. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
Off play action. Daniel.
25-yard line.
And his throw is incomplete.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Spiller.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
From the red zone now, Daniel. And this one complete to Reed. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Daniel. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing again is Daniel. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
Josh Palmer from 3 yards out. And the Chargers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because they're up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rush. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give up the middle to Kelly. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good gain there on first down. That keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Isaiah Spiller
Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Chargers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Dowdle going to take this one out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Back to throw, Rush. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's Brian Ager now, standing just outside his own goal line. Gets around him. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.